welcome aboard. Today we are going to tackle another roster update. Now, as you can see here, I've acquired quite a bit since my last roster update. And, well, looking at the quantity we have here, it's going to be a little bit of a longer video. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, as usual, we're just going to go in the order as to when I got each item. We're actually going to start off with rolling stock and then get into locomotives at the end of the video. So yeah, anyways, starting off here, as you can see, I got a couple more of the Atlas Master Coil cars. One in Indiana Harbor Belt and the other one in Norfolk Southern. So as far as the IHP, that brings me up to two different road numbers, of course, but yeah, like I said, I just love these things, and you know, it's like when they were in stock, it's like, you know, I need to get more, you know. And plus too, you know, one of the things I'm trying to work on doing is building up a steel coil train. But yeah, so, you know, not much else to say about these other than just going on and on about how much I love these things. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing. Okay, so the next piece I've acquired here, I have another Ferrocarriles Nacionales de Mexico 50-foot boxcar. Now this time, the other one I have is a Walther's mainline. This one is an Atlas. I got this off of Train World. I want to say it was about... It was either April or May. I honestly don't remember. I think it was April, I want to say. But, yeah, so... This is actually a really nice car here. The detail on it is pretty impressive. And, you know, I gotta be real here, you know, considering the detail on this thing, I got this thing for a pretty good price. I want to say it was about $27 or something, which, you know, for a car of this detail is actually really, really good. But yeah, this a very nice piece. So let's move on to the next thing now. So next here, you've probably seen these before. I got a couple of the new 60-foot high-cube box cars from Walther's mainline. One of them is a TTX T-Box, and the other one is a Transportación Ferroviaria Mexicana. But yeah, these are really nice cars. Well, I mean, anything Walther's mainline you can't go wrong with, you know. But yeah, these are super nice. And I know a lot of people are really kind of going crazy over these, which I can't say I blame you. You know, these are great cars. But yeah, let's take a look at the next thing now. So the next piece I have here, I actually picked up the same day I got the 60-foot high-cube box cars from Lombard Hobbies, by the way. In fact, most of the brand new acquisitions I get are typically from Lombard Hobbies. But anyways, this here is a Railgun GONX gondola. This is a Walther's mainline model as well, and these two are incredible. Like, it's a very, very nice piece. But Walther's mainline, you know. Yeah, I don't have too much else to say, so let's take a look at the next thing. Okay, so these few pieces I've acquired here, these were actually unexpected little gifts sent to me from one of my grandparents who now lives in Florida. Yeah, so they actually came from a railroad museum, the gift shop of a railroad museum down in Florida, in like the Gulf Coast of Florida. So yeah, we have a Main Central MEC. That one is a lifelike, but it was modified. It's now got metal wheels and knuckle couplers. So, you know, really, I guess what you'd call an upscale lifelike. Yeah, it's still a really cool piece. And then the other two pieces are Bachmann. The one in the middle is a Phillips 66 post-war tanker, a 3-dome tanker, more specifically. And then the last piece is a Denver, Rio Grande, and Western gondola. Now, that's the only piece that doesn't have metal wheels or knuckle couplers, but they're still all really cool cars, you know. Yeah. And so, you know, maybe one day if I ever get around to it, which maybe one day in the future I will, I'll swap out the plastic wheels and horn hooks with metal wheels and knuckle couplers. But yeah, these are cool cars. Definitely, you know, definitely cool pieces. And it's, you know, what else is kind of nice is that it's kind of expanding a little bit on my steam era freight train, which I don't really focus on steam era or, you know, before, like present era mostly, but I do have some pieces that are like, you know, from steam era before present era, and it's cool to have that stuff, you know, because, well, you know, sometimes it's kind of cool to kind of change things or mix things up a little bit, you know, but yeah, so you know, nice little surprise. But yeah, let's take a look at the next thing. Okay, so this next piece here I know nobody has yet seen. This is a Ferrocarril Chihuahua Pacifico Cupla caboose. This actually got off of eBay about a month ago or so, or something like that, maybe a little more over a month ago. This is a Atlas Trainman. This is a really cool piece. For an Atlas Trainman model, this is actually, it's got a pretty decent amount of detail, because, you know, it's got like even separately applied grab irons and everything. But yeah, it's a really cool piece. Yeah, I don't really have too much else to say, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing. Okay, so these next 9 pieces here, I'm just going to do separately, but they all came from a lot I won on eBay. A lot of Mexican freight cars. A lot of them are either rare or they're custom. And we're going to start off with this one here, because this one is actually a piece that I've been trying for quite a while to get my hands on, and I finally was lucky enough to get one. This is a Ferrocarriles Nacionales de Mexico cylindrical covered hopper. This, I believe, is a Walther's mainline. I don't know for certain because none of the stuff came with their boxes or anything, but this I'm pretty sure is a Walther's mainline. And then also too, according to the description, the majority of the stuff was either Walther's or Athearn. And you know, this I'm pretty sure is a Walther's mainline. But yeah, like I said, this is a piece I've been trying for a while to get my hands on, and I finally was lucky and got my hands on one. Because, well, I should say I was super lucky, because I won the auction and I got this and the 8 other cars. But yeah, so let's take a look at the next few pieces. Okay, so this piece here, this is obviously a custom piece. This is a, let's see, I can't read the original reporting mark, but it's patched for a Ferromex. Yeah, this is another cool piece. This, I believe, is an Intermountain model. Like I said, I don't know for certain, because all these cars I got in the lot, they did not have their boxes or anything. They were just wrapped in tissue paper and bubble wrap. But yeah, this is another really cool piece. As you can tell, you know, custom patched and weathered, you know. But yeah, so some of these pieces, though, are actually a lot of them. I kind of do have to fix it still, but I kind of started fixing it. Unfortunately, they had a problem where the decals were kind of coming undone, but I bought some decal solution, so hopefully that should kind of fix the problem a bit. But let's take a look at the next car we got. Okay, so this piece here, this is a Ferrocarril Chihuahua al Pacifico, or Ferrocarril del Pacifico for short tense. This is, I'm not sure how many feet exactly. It's not a 60 foot because it's too small to be a 60 foot, but it's too large to be a 50 foot. I believe this is a custom painted boxcar. Not just custom weather and everything, but even custom painted, because in fact it's obvious it's custom. This side, it's very well done. The other side, it's for the most part it's well done, but I could tell that this wasn't factory done, because the decals, some little imperfections in the decals, we'll just say. But other than that, it's still a really cool piece. But yeah, so like I said, the majority of the stuff from this lot, it's either custom or it's pretty rare. And but yeah, honestly, like I really shouldn't complain too much. But I mean, I also did pay a pretty good amount of money for this, but I don't know. I shouldn't complain too much. But you know, it's a cool car, you know. So that I'll give credit for right there. You know, it's a really cool piece. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, now this piece is a Ferrocarriles Nacionales de Mexico 50-foot boxcar. This one is patched for Ferromex. This is a Walther's mainline model, but obviously some custom work done here. This is a really cool piece. Yeah, some decal trouble with this one too, but I mean, other than that, this is a really awesome piece. This is probably one of my top 2 favorite pieces from the lot I won on eBay. But yeah, super cool. I don't know if this one's prototypical. I don't think it is, because I'm not sure if there are any blue NAM boxcars left, but yeah, I know like you can definitely find a lot of the brown NAM boxcars patched for Ferromex. But I've never seen any in this paint scheme patched for Ferromex. In fact, it's like I said, I don't even know for certain if there are any that are actually left in this paint scheme, but yeah, so I'm not sure on that. But it's still, you know, this is still a really awesome piece, you know. And you know, I don't care, even if it isn't prototypical, I don't care, because I still think it's a really cool piece. But let's take a look at the next thing now. So the next couple of things that were part of the lot of rolling stock I won, they are a couple of coal hoppers. One of them is patched for Ferromex. And then the other one is a Ferrocarril del Pacifico, which that one's actually also patched for Ferromex because it's got Ferromex reporting marks, FXE. The other one, I don't know what it was at one point, but it's definitely patched for Ferromex. Yeah, these are cool pieces. I'm pretty sure these are Athearn, just you know, looking at them and based upon the couplers, you know. But yeah, as you could tell, you know, very superb weathering job done on these, weathering and patching job. It's like pretty much like with all these pieces in the lot, you know, the only problem I'm having are decals on other pieces. It's like that that last step wasn't done, but they still look really, really awesome. So I have to, I guess, figure out how to basically secure the decals so they aren't at risk, I guess. But on, you know, all these pieces I won a lot. But other than that, you know, I really can't complain. But yeah, so I got a couple other pieces from this lot to show you yet, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. Okay, this piece here is a 40-foot molten sulfur tanker, TGOX reporting mark, and as you could tell here, an excellent weathering and wear and tear job. Yeah, this is a cool piece. Another piece that was part of the lot of Mexican freight cars that I won off of eBay. But yeah, I really like this thing. So that actually brings me up to 3 molten sulfur tankers. The other 2 I have are Walther's Proto, but they're FHRX. And yeah, those are cool pieces, and it's kind of cool because now I'm up to 3 molten sulfur tankers. But yeah, so not much else to say about this. So let's take a look at the next thing. Okay, so then this piece here is an El Paso del Norte post-war tanker. Now this, I believe, is actually a brass car. I'm not really as familiar with brass pieces, so like I can't say who made it, but, or like I can't really even suspect who made it, but yeah, this I believe, I'm pretty sure is brass, and it's a cool piece. You know, I was not expecting it to be brass. I didn't know it was going to be brass until I got it. You know, I thought it was just going to be a plastic piece, but no, it's brass. It's definitely brass or something. It's some kind of metal for certain. I would assume brass, you know, but it's a really cool piece. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so this is the last piece of the lot of Mexican freight cars I won off of eBay, but it's not the last piece to show in the video. I still got plenty more pieces to show yet. But this here is a Ferrocarriles Nacionales de Mexico Ferrotienda con Asupo 40-foot boxcar. And this is the only piece of the lot that has plastic wheels, but it's got knuckle couplers at least. And it's still a really cool piece, you know. And as you could tell, it's got a custom weathering job and graffiti done to it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think this is another really cool piece, and yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I don't have too much else to say about it. So I'm not sure who makes this, by the way, but yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't really have much else to say. So let's take a look at the next piece we have. Okay, so this next piece we have here, this and the one after this one, I just purchased the other day. Here we have a Walther's mainline Norfolk Southern high cube boxcar, 60-foot high cube boxcar more specifically. So yeah, basically just like the TTX and the TFM ones I showed you earlier on in the video, except this one's Norfolk Southern. And you know, well, I'm really digging these high cube boxcars. These are some really cool pieces. Honestly, like I think I might, you know, next one I get, at least in the near future. Not sure if I'm going to get any more anytime soon or not, but if I do, I might get a BNSF one next. I mean, I don't know for certain, but these are definitely some pretty cool cars. Yeah, Walthers, you know, they really did a good job on these. But yeah, so let's move on to the next piece now. Okay, so last but not least, as far as rolling stock is concerned, we have a Union Pacific ARMN reefer. This is a Walther's mainline model. In fact, I think I grabbed like, this might have been like the last or one of the last few in stock. Got this one as well the other day at Lombard Hobbies. But yeah, these I like these reefers a lot. You know, this is actually my first reefer, but I really like it a lot. But yeah, I'd really like to see Atlas do the other mechanical reefers. The I don't remember exactly what those are called, but BLMA used to do them. I don't have any of those, but I'd definitely like to build up, if not an entire consist, at least a partial consist of produce reefers, and maybe get some Tropicana reefers too, because you know, I've always thought the reefers were some really cool cars. Only reason I haven't really gotten any yet was because, well, the price on them, but hopefully with Atlas doing them, they should bring the price down quite a bit. Because I understand Atlas, they should be doing another run of them if I'm correct on this, but I don't know for certain. But this one here, like I said, it's a Walther's mainline, and so, you know, it was you know, pretty nice knowing that I could find a reefer at a pretty decent price. But yeah, as far as like rolling stock that Walther's mainline does, it'd be nice to see them do auto racks next, because the only reason I haven't gotten any auto racks yet is because of the price on them, and you know, they're just way outside my price range. But anyways, enough about that. But yeah, let's actually move on to the locomotives now. Okay, so now on to locomotives. So this here is a piece that I'm actually very excited about. As you can see, right, I've acquired another South Shore GP38-2. This one is one of the newest runs from Atlas. As an Atlas trainman to be exact. Right now, this does not have a decoder in it, but this and the other Atlas one I have are the next two engines I have scheduled to not only get decoders, but I want to get sound in them too. ESU lock sound to be specific. But yeah, I love this thing, and well, the others too. So I'm now up to 3 South Shore Jeeps, and for those of you who don't know this, the South Shore is other than Metra, is one of my other favorite railroads. In fact, the South Shore is one of the railroads that I grew up most exposed to throughout my life. Let's see, so when I was still living in Chicago, I grew up on the southeast side of the city, so yeah, I saw the South Shore on a very regular basis. And I actually now currently live in Northwest Indiana, and I still see the South Shore pretty regularly. So yeah, other than you know, it's like other than Metra, the South Shore is one of my other favorite railroads. So it's like anytime I see South Shore stuff available, I am quick to swipe it. And I got this. I was actually very lucky as far as this one's concerned, because I wanted to pre-order this one, but apparently I didn't find out about them until well after the pre-order deadline was passed. But Lombard Hobbies had these available, and then as soon as I saw they were available, immediately I bought one. And yeah, so now I've up to I think I may have mentioned this already. I'm up to a total of 3 South Shore Jeeps, 2 Atlas, 1 Athearn, and yeah, the other Atlas one I have is an older run. Yeah, so of all the South Shore Jeeps I have, you know, this one I think is probably because it's the newest run. It's definitely the nicest one, and it's not only DCC ready, but it's DCC sound ready. So I don't have to buy a speaker for this at all. You know, I just need to get a decoder, quick plug, and boom, it's ready to go. So this unit I'm really excited to get sound in. So yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the next thing. So this here is another piece I know a lot of you, in fact probably nobody has ever seen before. This is a Walther's mainline Indiana Harbor Belt NW2 locomotive. I got this one back in, I want to say it was March that I got it. Yeah, March. And this here is also a really cool piece. Walther's, you know, they actually did an amazing job on these NW2s, and you know, for a Walther's mainline model, it's pretty detailed, I gotta say. I mean, definitely not the detail level of, like, say, your Athearn Genesis or anything, but you know, for a Walther's mainline, I gotta say this came equipped with a pretty incredible amount of detail. And so when I bought this, it was just standard DC, but just the other day I got a DCC decoder for it. I put in an ESU lock pilot decoder. Now, you know, this engine, it doesn't take an 8-pin or a 21-pin or anything like that. This actually takes a new decoder known as an 18-pin decoder, and I did not know that those existed until I opened up this engine, because I had an extra decoder lying around, and I decided, you know what, I want to, you know, put that decoder in there. It was an 8-pin decoder, so I opened it up, you know, and put in the 8-pin decoder, you know, only to see that it was not an 8-pin. It's a new thing called an 18-pin decoder. I was like, what? What's an 18-pin decoder? Like, since when did those exist? Apparently they're brand new technology into the model railroading industry. In fact, they're tiny. Like, they're actually for both HO and N scale, the 18 pins. But yeah, they're tiny. So if you ever see, like, a 4-pegged Lego, it's smaller than that. That's how small it is. In fact, it's probably half, maybe a third of the size of a 4-pegged Lego. Yeah, it's tiny. But yeah, so I actually got this for a good price too. I got it for under $100, like $95 or something like that. But yeah, it's a really cool engine. But let's move on to the next thing now. Alright, and here we have one of the new Bowser HLCX SD402s. This thing here, at least, you know, the one I got, is equipped with an ESU lock sound decoder. And this thing is amazing. I'm really digging this thing. It's, yeah, I think it's lock sound 5, actually. But, yeah, it's got some really incredible sounds. And then, it's just a good engine, you know. The only, really my only complaints about it are the packaging. Oh my gosh, the packaging is the worst. It's like impossible to travel with this thing unless you put the screws back in. And then, really, my only other thing is that, it doesn't really have the best pickups. Like, I don't think it has a keep alive in it even. And honestly, like, I really appreciate that keep alive, or that capacitor, because it, you know, kind of helps, like, over those dead spots on the tracks, which, you know, trust me, that's, if you gotta deal with dead spots like I do, you know, that really goes a long way, having that keep alive in there. But I mean, other than that, it's a really awesome engine, you know, and it's, yeah, I really have nothing but good things to say about it. And this is all my, excuse me, this is also my first Bowser product. And yeah, based on my experience with this, like, I think I gotta say that Bowser's got some pretty good products. But yeah, so that's that. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so next up is something that a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for. But yeah, because I know, like, a lot of people have been trying to get these, and well, I was actually lucky enough to get one. I got a Atlas Amtrak -8. This is one of the newer ones, by the way, too. But yeah, this is a really incredible model. And this one's only standard DC. I don't have sound equipped in it yet. But so here's the story behind this. So I actually wanted to pre-order one, but apparently this too, I missed the pre-order deadline, because apparently Atlas are not. It seems like they're not public enough with their pre-order forms. But yeah, I really wanted to pre-order one of these, but I just I missed the pre-order deadline. And then one day I was kind of relaxing, scrolling through my phone. I checked my email, and I got an email notification, Lombard Hobbies, saying that, oh, new products in stock. And then I saw these, and like, I noticed yeah, there's some -8s left, and like, I gotta get one. So I was real quick to order one, and it's a good thing I did when I did, because, you know, these units, they literally sold out within hours, like overnight, you know, like the entire, you know, inventory of these units sold out like overnight. At least like the Phase 5, actually not just the Phase 5 ones, but all of them. So yeah, I got really lucky with this unit. And yeah, so this yet doesn't have a decoder, as I mentioned, but eventually I want to equip it with an ESU lock sound decoder. But yeah, so that's that. Now let's take a look at the last couple of things. Okay, and last but not least, I got a couple of new Athearn Genesis Amtrak P42 DCs. One of them in the Phase 5 livery, number 72, and the other one, number 184, the Phase 4 Heritage unit. And yeah, these they're actually pretty nice. I mean, not perfect, as well as their quality has slipped. So there's some minor cosmetic defects here and there, but for the most part, these particular units are okay for the most part. But yeah, for the most part, I gotta say, Athearn did a pretty sweet job with these. But yeah, they're these units, they do not have sound or DCC at all. They're currently just standard DC analog, but I do want to get ESU lock sound decoders for them. Honestly, like for the most part, when it comes to like a lot of like say passenger power, I I just prefer the ESU lock sound. Like I'm not, the soundtrack Tsunami, even the Tsunami 2 for passenger power. I mean, it's just really not my cup of tea. But Tsunami 2, like I love the Tsunami 2 in some things, Other things it's okay, you know. First gen Tsunami, well, that's a different story. I do not like first gen Tsunami, but ESU lock sound is the bomb. And so yeah, I want to get lock sound decoders in both of these units. Probably not going to be for a little bit of time yet, because the next two units I want to get sound in are going to be South Shore Jeeps, and the next two after that are going to be my Metra F59 PHIs, and then these will be next on the list. So it might be a little bit of time yet before these are in service. But yeah, it's like for the most part, I really have nothing but good things to say about these. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're pretty good considering what I got and considering how much Adler's quality has slipped. But yeah, so I really don't have too much else to say, so I'm actually going to end this video now. I'm not sure how long it is now, but I hope you enjoyed. I know a lot of goodies this time, and so hopefully I can be a little more frequent with my roster updates regarding, like, I guess based on, the amount of acquisitions I get and, like, how frequently I get acquisitions. I mean, I've been able to get more goodies because, I mean, I've been working, have some jobs, and in fact, I'm at a job right now where I'm actually making some really good tips at work. But yeah, so that's it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in a future video. Take care.